Delhi woke up choking under a thick blanket of toxic smoke today, emerging as the world's most polluted city with an alarming AQI of 475, a level so hazardous that experts warn it poses an immediate threat to public health. Now, air quality in India remains very poor, with major cities also experiencing very unhealthy to hazardous levels and dangerously high PM 2.5 concentrations. Now viewers, all of this is posing a serious health risk to children as well as the elderly. Many urban centers this morning also recorded AQI readings above 200, prompting health warnings. While conditions remain poor, India's average PM 2.5 concentration in the year 2024 was equivalent to an AQI of 138. Now this is classified as unhealthy for sensitive groups. This level is nearly 11 times higher than the WHO annual guidelines, making India the world's fifth most polluted country in the year 2024. Cities affected the most include Agra, Bhopal, Chennai, Delhi, Gurugram, Indore, Jaipur, Kolkata, Noida, Patna, among others. Now, recent studies confirm that the main contributors include large-scale crop residue burning in northern states, emissions from vehicles, industries and construction, residential use of coal and biomass for heating, as well as stagnant atmospheric conditions. So it gets worsened during winters as a shallow boundary layer trap all of these pollutants very near to the ground, leading to a buildup of smog and significantly worsening air quality. Now, residents have been advised to limit their outdoor activities, keep their windows closed, wear masks when outside and use air purifiers indoors if required. So those are the guidelines that are coming in the light of the air quality that's worsening not just in the capital but across the country. Now coming to the Delhi NCR, here also the air quality continues to worsen. Several parts of the city also recorded readings ranging from very poor to severe just this morning. Air quality readings across the region show Anand Vihar at 416, Noida sector at 438, RK Puram at 402 and Jahangirpuri at 433. So all of these areas are in severe category. Other areas such as Parparganj stands at 382, Punjabi Bagh at 381, again in very poor range. Now we're getting you visuals as well from different areas of the city showing you how a layer of toxic smog is now blanketing the city. In fact, in response to these alarming levels, the Commission for Air Quality Management has now enforced Stage 3 restrictions under the Graded Response Action Plan across NCR. This has curbed construction, vehicular movement and industrial operations in an effort to contain the rising pollution in Delhi NCR. Now viewers, as the world battles climate change, there is a clear shift in the movement of heat into previously cooler and high altitude zones. Now, a joint study, Breaking the Cycle by Climate Compatible Futures and Climate Trends, shows that how global warming has now affected the climate of Indian Himalayas with steep spikes in summer temperatures in places such as Uttarakhand and Ladakh. Now, Uttarakhand here went from recording 0 heatwave days in the year 2023 to about 25 heatwave days in 2024. And this is not just limited to the state. Ladakh also saw its average summer temperature rise by 9.1%. Now, study also found that Uttarakhand experienced an 11.2% rise in average summer temperatures. This is the highest among Himalayan states. And such phenomena were previously very rare. Now, India's annual temperature in the year 2024 was also about 0.65 degrees Celsius. It is higher than the 1991 to 2020 baseline. So as temperatures climbed, electricity demand also rose, with heat wave conditions alone adding nearly 9% to India's peak power demand during April to June of 2024. leading to about 327 million tons of carbon dioxide emissions, according to the report. So it's a vicious cycle that we seem to be trapped in. Heat waves are increasing, more demand for electricity, and then more carbon dioxide emissions on our part. And now shifting focus, while multiple agencies are currently probing the Delhi terror attack and the recently busted white-collar terror module spread across 3 states, Faridabad police has now formed a separate special investigation team to look into the activities of Al Falah University, the den of terror. Several of doctors linked to this university have been arrested now in connection with the Delhi terror blast, and the investigative agencies have now detained a cab driver, a cleric, as well as an Urdu teacher for questioning, according to sources. Now, the SIT, which consists of 2 assistant commissioners of police, an inspector, as well as the 2 sub-inspectors, is also preparing a comprehensive report on the university's activities. And now major developments coming in. One of the 3 alleged foreign handlers which are linked to the doctors from Faridabad's Al Falah University, who are now accused in the Red Fort blast case, sent about 42 videos. These videos were based on making bombs, and they were sent via encrypted apps to Muzammil Ahmed Ganai, one of the arrested doctors in this case. Now, the roles and the identities of these foreign handlers, who investigators believe helped the module build a bomb and also nudged them on the path of a suicide attack, are now being scrutinized by the agencies for overlaps with the incidents involving a similar modus operandi of do-it-yourself bombings in India in recent times. In fact, we are getting this news according to our sources in Karnataka, which are familiar with the way Delhi investigation has been panning out in the Red Fort blast case. So that's the latest we know. One of the doctors arrested in this case received about 42 videos. These videos were based on how to make a bomb, and they were sent via encrypted apps so as to escape the digital trail. One of the doctors who received these videos is Muzammil Ahmed Ganai. He's one of the arrested doctors linked to Al Falah University, and he received about 42 videos on how to make a bomb. At this point, the agencies are looking as to who are these foreign handlers who have been sending these videos to these doctors and what exactly is their role in the Red Fort blast. And now Delhi LG VK Saxena has directed the police commissioner and chief secretary to undertake a slew of precautionary and preventive measures following the recent terror blast at Delhi's Red Fort. In a separate written communications to the police commissioner and chief secretary, directions have now been issued to the police to maintain a digital record of entities purchasing and selling ammonium nitrate beyond a certain threshold. This includes photograph of buyers and sellers apart from other relevant details. Now, he also wrote to hold a consultation exercise with the heads of social media platforms, including Meta, Twitter, among others. And this is for the scientific tracking of radicalized content, which is aimed at brainwashing citizens. Remember, a white-collar terror module has been busted. So, in the light of that, these measures are now being taken by Delhi LG.